It started out a little hairy for Dob, but what'd you see that kind of helped him settle in for those last several innings of the long outing?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a rough start. I think he was leaving the ball up. Obviously, Dob is a pretty classic sinker slider type pitcher, and when you pitch down in the zone and give yourself an opportunity to get some ground balls and miss some bats with that slider, that's when he's at his best. I think we actually saw some of that as the game went on. It took a little while for him to, I think, find that release point and be where he wanted to be in the zone. I do think that, the latter half of the start was pretty much classic Randy Dobnak when you see him good. He threw 78 pitches in his last outing. I think he threw about 88 pitches this outing. I mean, he might have been able to keep going if he was, absolutely completely stretched out in midseason form. But I think we saw a little bit of everything. We just gave up too much early to get back in the ballgame.
Yeah, was giving him that seventh inning kind of an opportunity to continue the buildup and, just keep giving him length for the rest of the outings he's going to have this year?
Yeah, he was pitching his best late in the ballgame. Ryan Jeffers was coming in saying that. Kind of re-emphasizing what we were looking at with our own eyes, and he still had some strength to play with. And again, we were thinking about another inning possibly and sending him back out there again, maybe for the eighth, but decided against that. Like I said, if we need to, find a way to string, those full starts together for Dob. He's had some starts like this earlier this year too, where there's a period of time early on where he's not feeling it. He almost, I said to Wes, maybe, we send him out there and tire him out in the pen, make him throw about 100 pitches in the pen early. And then he finds himself really nicely as the game goes on. So, overall, like I said, first start back, we saw a lot of different things from him, but he ultimately did find a pretty good spot out there.
We've talked about your offense being in a bit of a funk over the last week or so. Is it tough to run into a pitching staff like this, especially with that bullpen when they're in kind of a stretch like this?
Yeah, well, Walker threw the ball a lot better today. I feel like he worked ahead a little bit better. He threw that fastball at the top of the zone a little bit better. He did a lot of things better. The changeup was a good pitch for him tonight, too. We know he can do some things against left-handed hitters, but that changeup was a real weapon today for him, especially against some of those guys. But the guys they bring in out of the pen, we know that they're good. When they get a lead, it is hard to come back and really do damage against them. We made a run at it. We had some good at-bats. We just needed another big hitter too to get back where we needed to be.
Is Simmons okay?
So Simmons is okay. It looked pretty awkward when he originally did that. He can fold himself up into some pretty odd positions out there at times, and he normally bounces back pretty good. When we went out there to check on him, he said he was okay. He said it felt a little weird, it felt a little awkward, but he didn't hear anything, feel anything that would frighten him in any way. We took him out of the game just for pinch hitting purposes, but sent him inside to go get looked at by the trainers and get some treatment if he needed it.
And just the stretch with the offense, you think it's a matter of, just good starting pitchers that you guys have been facing in the stretch, or there's something approach-wise with the offense, or just some collective thing with the team that you're also seeing not going well? Yeah,
I think I've said this before. Yes, the pitchers that we've been facing, I think, have in general thrown the ball well. They haven't made it easy on us by not executing. I think they've executed well and fine. I think when you look up and down our lineup, I don't think it's a collective. There's a collective reason why we've been in a little bit of a rut. I think it's hard to argue that we have been in a little bit of a rut. I think you have to look down though at each player and kind of figure out just where each guy is at. And I think it would be a little bit different for every one of these guys. Some of these guys have been hot as as can be, and it's hard to sustain that for a while. Some guys are just getting going. We have guys coming back off the IL. We have guys that are kind of all in different spots. So I felt like we were clicking pretty well for a while. We got to find that again.